Many women all over the world have a fetish for rings. From funky and big to delicate, thin and diamond-studded, rings are available in a wide variety. As a fashion accessory, we wear rings on different fingers, usually depending on how they look. But have you ever wondered why a wedding ring is worn only on the ring finger in many cultures? And does having a ring on a particular finger signify something deep? Here are some interpretations of rings on different fingers.
Rings goes to people who are married, and also for the other idea that maybe for fashion, or there's a particular design you want to make a combination with.
Yes, I love rings. I wear them a lot.
Some people do it for fashion though, but if you give a lady a ring, it shows something, a commitment, in that sense, yes.
I just wear fashion rings, like normally big rings, just because for going out today, but I'm not really a jewelry person.
It depends on a particular side you're going to put the ring, because I believe that if I have it here, the guys will go away.
Usually I just wear fashion rings on any one of my fingers, but of course I know not to put anything on the ring finger, because this is very symbolic and it represents marriage, which is from God, which is very important.
That is, if they wear it on the smaller one, this one, it means they care about you or something.
Second one, middle one, a promise. Apart from that, then go do. As far as spiritual significance, besides the ring finger, not particularly. I know people wear the mood ring sometimes that may be spiritual based on the mood you're in, how you're feeling, but that's about it.
I also believe that if spiritually somebody wants to get a connection to you, they can get to you through a ring.
I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe rings have a spiritual attachment. It's just for fashion, that's it.
Normally my aunties and stuff like that do tell me if you are not married, it's not good for you to put on ring and stuff like that, because any bad spirit can marry you spiritually. So, but I don't take it so seriously.
First one, we will answer the door for Nadam for Bishop. A benefit, no one who are to be now. Our leader, they were promise and your engagements and so on. A man be a jar on hard, no bit me share ring, no, they are put trebby, maybe a genesika cassidy. And no bit so hard. Won't take Kawana, what the other life, and on a shower. Baby, what me the cock. Baby, I'm a dear shame. A chessa promise. So what the shot on sat when ye chessa engagements. Say a year 2 a wedding engagements. What the one with my back, chop man and ye move puff my back. And I sir, where you 100% what he made in Quayum. And as I was shack it to us saying and swear, a chassa or dog, so whom soon your man flame you. Says can a shaman flame, and I said, she say a for dear, not be man. Well, who say yes, who but over Giaco, who be and your life one. Now, our leader, the end, is saying that here. Our leader ring in when they engagement. And to when you're the way come one a wedding, into wedding engagement. Not be
Okay, welcome back to New Day right here on TV3. And if you just saw that video, you know we're talking about the significance of rings. I mean, we're just having a discussion here, and I'm learning so much already. And this segment, of course, is our lifestyle segment, and it's proudly brought to you by Lipton Tea, inspiration flowing from nature. And joining Sandra and I to break down the significance of rings, we have with us a lovely actress, Pascaline Edwards, who today there'll be no more boo-boos today. And also with us we have Mercy Ajabin, who is a communication advisor of the gender ministry in here in Accra. Well, let's just start. We were talking about it, and for me, I say that in Ghana, from what I see, for most women, and even I guess for most men, the most important ring I think we wear is the all-important ring finger, whether it's your engagement ring or your wedding ring. And there's even a situation one time my cousin was in a salon and there was an argument between two women, and one of them says, hey, me, I'm a missus, what's it, me, I'm missus. Respect me.
Putting their finger in your face.
That was her fight. But let's talk about the different things. First of all, the significance of having your engagement ring or your wedding ring, what it means.
Okay. Basically, it's a piece of ornament, usually for fashion, but it has other reasons. Rings can be worn for religious reasons, as a sign of office or authority, and for traditional reasons. So basically, apart from fashion, the significance of that, it can be for an office, authority, representing authority, traditional or religious authority. So basically, that is it. But whatever you wear and wherever you wear it, on which part of the finger, actually speaks a lot. It talks about something. So,
why does it matter what finger you wear a particular ring on?
Over the time, society, I think, has come to accept that the right hand is a sign of authority, strength, and power, and then the left hand represents relationship or something of that sort. Over a period, that is what society has come to accept. So where you have which ring actually represents something.
Okay. Pascaline, I know you love jewelry in general, and you love rings a lot. Like, first of all, you're wearing how many rings today? 1, 2, 3.
2 to 3.
Take us through all three and what each one means to you. We'll start with your right hand.
Okay, with my right hand, because I love the jewelry, I always want to balance my clothes with whatever I'm wearing. But if you've noticed, I wear this particular one a lot. Now, I have this ring because it is the curry, and my belief is that when Ghana, let's say Ghana for instance, started, our money wasn't the normal paper we say, it was a cowrie. That's called this in tree, it's called a cedi. So that's how we got our money. So I use this as my sign of prosperity. So I have it, and I have it on my right hand, which shows power, authority. And then I have it on the ring finger, which is closer to your heart. The vein is closer to your heart. So for me, this is like my heart, my power, my authority, everything.
Wow, I love that.
Yes, so this is what I wear. That's I don't put it anywhere else but here. So it's like whatever my power is, my authority is closer to my heart.
Your money is close to your heart.
To my heart. Yeah, I'm a money-working woman. I'm defending it.
All right, what about these ones?
Now, this one is on the pinky. Now, this ring is a puberty ring. You know, it so shows that I'm naive, I'm a virgin.
Why are you deceiving us?
I'm not deceiving you. But I say it's to do with your heart.
Right.
My heart is still like a virgin's heart. I'm still like a baby.
You're still naive
I'm
at
still
heart.
naive at heart. I'm a kid at heart.
Right.
But you see, the pinky finger also shows that you have, you're open-minded. You have authority at the same time. You're open-minded to everything. You're not judgmental. So with this ring on this finger, it says a lot. Don't take me for granted.
Okay.
So you see, you balance whatever you wear with where you wear it. And it's on the left hand, which is like everything. Relationship and everything. So I take relationships serious. I don't take anybody for granted. So it speaks a lot. If you know rings and you know the finger, you see it and you know the kind of person you're dealing with.
I'm already learning so much. Okay,
exactly.
So obviously
now this is my wedding ring, which is on the finger. Now the wedding ring, everybody has meanings to what their rings represent. Now when you go to church and you're having a wedding, they will say it's round, it has no beginning, it has no end. So the relationship has no beginning, has no end, blah, 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 blah. Well, that is the belief of the ring. But my belief in marriage is a different concept. So I wear this as a symbol of the love my husband has for me. For me, that is my belief on this ring. It shows that I have somebody who loves me no matter what. Exactly. So I wear it on the ring.
Do you know what I realized? And I've heard people say it's a no-no. You're wearing gold and silver, and I've been told generally that you don't mix usually gold and silver. Like, what do you say about that? Is that true?
You see, it depends on the person.
Okay.
If you choose to wear gold all out, that's your favorite, fine. If you choose to wear silver, that's fine. If you choose to wear beads, that's fine. But me, I say in everything you do, there's an art. So I mix gold, silver, and beads. I mix everything. Like now, see, I have my silver necklace.
See, you can pull it off. A lot of us can't.
You see, you can. It depends on the person. You see, you don't let fashion follow you. You don't follow fashion. You let fashion follow you because you have to create it. And as somebody in the limelight, everybody's looking up to you. You are the creator. Somebody created all these things we're wearing. What if the person didn't create it? So you have to blend it and create your own thing so that somebody will look at you and say, oh, this is nice. The person can add or subtract and then move on.
Okay. Right. Now, Mercy, how much importance should we place on these various interpretations of the ring fingers and what they connote and all of that? How important are they? Are they just myths, or we should take them seriously?
No, they're not. They're very important. For example, just as she has explained, I have a finger. I have a ring on my index finger, and the index finger represents self-esteem, authority. And so I have this particular ring, and it's blue, it's golden blue, because it's telling you that I believe in myself, I believe in what I can do, and I have that self-esteem that has been developed, and I am assertive. So you cannot take me for granted. And it depends on sometimes the kind of culture that you are in. And if you recall, back in history, our chiefs and all those in authority also wear the rings on the index finger, because the index finger represents authority. It also represents power and ambition. Power, ambition, money, all that. So a lot of people in authority have rings on the finger. If you go to those in the spiritual authority, is balance or law. And so in a lot of jurisdiction, you find people, especially those in the legal fraternity, they would have rings on this finger. And this is a ring finger, like she said. That the left one is believed to have a vein that is directly connected to the heart. And so that is why the wedding ring is worn there. And even though in different cultures they are worn differently, in a lot of cultures we have the wedding ring, engagement ring, whatever, being worn there. And the pinky, like she said, also represents that you are a very good communicator. So they are all very significant.
So these apply to both hands, the fingers on both hands.
Yes, both hands. Yes, but the right hand has come to be accepted as a hand of strength, authority. So most of these ones you would find on the right or the right hand.
You do everything with your right. You greet, you give orders,
except for your wedding things which go on the left.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, I mean, before I went through a period where I only wore thumb rings. I mean, it was fashion. I was young and stuff. So most of the time, like, what does a thumb ring say? Especially when I really wasn't conscious about it. I just thought, ooh.
I think most of us really aren't conscious. We just put them on any fingers. And when it comes to fashion.
But the thumb represents assertiveness. You know, the thumb is the most independent of all the fingers. And that is why even in our local parlance, we say that that means you cannot tie a knot without the thumb. It's very independent. And so a ring on the thumb finger means that you're very assertive.
Maybe I'll go back to wearing
What about double rings? Some people wear double or even triple, or is there any meaning to that?
Some of it is basically fashion. And there are some people who are very crazy about rings, and some of them just wear it.
Put all on at the same time.
And but in the art industry, in a hip hop, there's that kind of a style where there's one ring that strings all over.
Yes.
So that's one. That is also for the art industry. So those in the art industry, when they wear it, sometimes you'd see that it has some inscriptions on it, some spelling or whatever on it. So basically that's
what about the designs and stones fashion, and all of that?
Fashion, or I would say rings or jewelry has grown from generations to generations, or centuries to centuries. It started like in Egypt, and it didn't start as fashion.
No.
It started like she said, for authority. You know, the queen will wear this to show authority. So when somebody comes, the way the person is dressed, the jewelry, the crown, everything shows that this is an authority person. Now, and they didn't just start with the silver and all that. Those days, it was just purely gold. and stones. So you have the stones with different colors, different meanings. Every stone has a meaning.
Yeah.
Exactly. And bones. And it was believed that
Bones.
yes, bones. It was believed that if you were close to me and you died, I could have a piece of your bone and string it and keep it as in memory of you.
That is very strange.
Yes, but that
and
was
weird.
Weird, but that was the history. That was what they were doing at that time. Sometimes somebody would die, like even in Africa, some chiefs or people die and they have to kill somebody to add to that person. You know, every culture and how it went. So, and most of the time it was in people in authority, and then people in spiritual works of place. They had all those things. So if you had to wear something like that, then it had a meaning. You know, people will have rings for protection and all that. So that's how it started. So as the centuries grew, fashion came in, and then it changed gradually. That's why these days, but even now, people still wear some rings that they believe has protection for them and all that. Yes. So
okay, I mean, another big fashion trend I remember a few years back, I managed to buy a few, never really wore them convincingly because I was back in the UK and it was very cold. But toe rings. Toe ring, I think they're so beautiful.
Yes.
That's the thing. I mean, and that one for me, I think it was purely a fashion thing. When it's summer, you have got your pedicure done, nice slippers, you put on your toe ring.
But it hurts when it's winter because you have to wear your boots, and that's why I had my tattoos done straight.
I love this woman. But that's the thing. Is there any significance into our toe rings? And it's something obviously I learned from living outside.
Yes.
But in Ghana, do we have like a toe ring culture?
Yes,
There is.
Okay. People wear.
There is, particularly in India. It also meant that a woman was married or something in India.
Yes, in India.
Yes. You know, what we are talking about is the finger ring. So we have the earring, we have the neck ring, and we have the arm ring, and we have a toe ring.
Yes.
Okay.
And tongue ring.
A whole new topic.
And if you come back into our tradition, when chiefs are, when they are dressed and they are in state, all the ornaments they are wearing are speaking. For example, if a chief were going to meet the youths, he could probably wear any of his rings that had a tortoise shell, meaning that, and we have an adage that akora bongwa meaning that as a child you cut your clothes according to your size. So if you're going to break a shell, you break the shell of a snail, which is softer. You don't break the shell of a tortoise because that is very difficult. So if a chief was going to meet with probably the youth, he would wear that. If you saw a chief wearing any of his ornaments with a gun or something on that, it signified the period.
Yes.
Yes. And so and if you see the queen mothers or the traditional leaders who are women, they have either beads here or those ornaments on their arms, on the ring, sometimes on the toes. It all tells of the person's status. Or it speaks about the person. And so it's not only fashion, and these are some of the things we have thrown away.
We've taken some of them for granted.
We've taken some of them for granted.
So do you think it's important for us to be aware of the rings we're wearing and where we are wearing, or this
yes,
stage
it
doesn't matter anymore? It's just fashion, just throw on anything.
Because you see, what happens is when I saw her and I saw the ring on the
automatically
pinky, I was like, no, you can't wear this because this is also a sign of purity that I'm a virgin. And I was teasing. I mean, you're a married woman, you have a sign, you can't wear this one. And so once you wear these, anybody who understands, who sees you, knows that this is what you are saying. So sometimes just following, we're sending out the wrong signals. You see people wearing eternity rings.
And meanwhile, they don't even have a boyfriend.
That's it. And so what you're doing is you're actually
eternity with themselves. That's all.
And I think that it's also important that we talk about the episcopal rings. These are the rings that the religious ones. These are the rings that every bishop has a ring.
Every bishop.
The cardinals have their rings, and the Pope has his ring. And the rings that the bishops wear, it's actually saying that I am committed to the church, even to death.
So that's like a marriage.
It's like a marriage,
yes, even to death. So a bishop is actually giving, and I'm talking, and he's a fisher of men. And so you see the Pope wearing his ring, it says something. And there are also those rings that have signets. They used to be rings that signed in the olden days, but they still they still exist. So various rings, and there's a chemist ring as well.
Yes.
Those who go through, there's a doctoral ring.
Wow. Anytime you go through a certain profession, it's like when you graduate, after your certificate, they give you a sign of the ring.
They didn't give me a ring.
No, it has evolved. Now we have the badges. I have a badge. But that institution I was in, you started with a ring. But I think over time, the challenge they had was the sizes of people's fingers and other things.
It's like the police and the army. Yeah. They have their badges and stuff.
And when you see a policeman with all those colors there, it's telling you a story. It's saying something, an identity. So it makes a statement about you. So it's
important.
It's important.
We have to be aware.
It's just like wearing clothes. You wear certain clothes and people see you and they know who you are, what you are.
They perceive.
So you don't wear certain things. It's just like rings.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. We earlier on spoke about promise rings.
Yes.
Because, some people say, I have a promise ring, I have a promise ring. I always thought we wore a promise ring on your marriage finger because it means a man has proposed he's going to marry you, so you wear it and then you replace with the engagement finger. But I'm learning different. So where should a promise ring be worn?
It depends on every country and their cultures. Okay. But naturally, promise rings are worn on the middle finger. Yes, middle finger.
What did you hold? What did she hold?
Unconsciously, I did something. Luckily, the camera's
okay. So now you're spilling it yourself.
I know.
So it's normally on the middle finger. Okay. But everybody and where they feel comfortable wearing them. There's a law that says this is what you do. But it depends on you, the person. Some people can't just wear any ring anywhere but the marriage finger. So it just... When you go out, somebody who understands sees it and assumes that you're married. What if that person disappoints you and then this one too is gone? You've lost
the chance there.
We have to know. Sometimes you do certain things and with time you get used to it. So if you have a promise ring, wear it where you're supposed to wear it. It's as simple as that.
Exactly. Okay.
Promise is not... It's meant to be broken. It will. If it has to be broken, it will be broken. So just accept it that the person has promised you, but he has not made any serious commitment. I could give you a promise ring. I could give you anything. It doesn't mean that I want to marry you. It means that I'm promising you my friendship. I'll be there for you for life. Do you wear it on the marriage finger? No.
Okay.
And that reminds me of friendship rings.
Friendship rings. They have friendship rings. Yes.
When we were younger, I forgot about that.
I gave a friend. She's been very close to me, so I had one of these made in gold. And I gave it to her, and I expected her to wear it on the promise finger. So on her birthday, I gave it to her. She was so excited. She wasn't excited that it was a ring. She was excited that it was gold. She was so excited that I told her, wear it. You can wear it on the first three, but forget the first two. Because
are you still friends?
We're still friends. Okay. We have been friends for over 10 years, and we're still friends.
So that's an eternity ring then.
So we have friendship fingers, just simple friendship fingers.
Let's talk about the wedding ring. Most men, and I know a lot of men who don't wear their wedding rings, and it's culturally accepted. Like, Bema, well, you too. Some men don't like wearing rings or just put it down after they're married. But as a woman, if a woman is married and she doesn't wear her wedding ring and she takes it off, it's usually seen as culturally as, ooh, no. Why is that? Like, one rule for men, almost one rule for women.
That is power play. That for me as an advocate is power play. Because we have entered into a relationship, we have entered into a contract, we have made vows. And so once you wear the ring is a symbol of the union or the relationship you are in. It's a reminder. And so once I am constantly reminding myself that I am, so why sometimes there are serious arguments and the rings are taking off. And when the rings are taking off, people get offended. Why? Because it shows that something is wrong. So once you have a ring on, and it's also a sign of expressing your trust. Now I dare say, and I know my guy friends are going to get at me, but this is true. Why would a man remove his ring when he wants to be naughty?
Exactly.
When and then he puts it back on.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a sign.
My dad doesn't wear a ring. He's never worn a ring. His wife. I don't know where his ring is. But my mom has always worn it.
That is between you and
my
the
uncles
man.
Too.
Some of my friends who are male will tell you, me, I love my wife to death. but Charlie, I'm not comfortable with the ring. Their wives understand that. Me, my husband understands.
Okay.
If it's okay with the woman, he wears his ring every time. The only time he doesn't wear his ring, or you catch him not wearing his ring, is when he's going to the gym because he has to lift the metal, and sometimes he hurts and hurts the finger and all that. But and me, I change it all the time. I have the silver, the white, gold. So depending on
what you're wearing,
how I feel, I wear the white one, or sometimes I add the two. I just add it. I'm on.
Okay.
But what about never catch me without my ring.
Okay. What about the manner in which we place the ring? Some people put the engagement first and then put the wedding. Some people have the wedding first and then I see you wearing two rings.
It's not a big deal because really, for me, the engagement ring is a bit loose.
Okay, so that one is just to cage it, so it doesn't fall off.
Yeah, that's
so it doesn't matter the manner in which you place it.
Really, there's no hard and fast rule about it.
No, at all.
What about the materials used in making the rings? Is there any significance?
Yes, there is. Okay. You know, gold is precious and expensive. Then you have silver, which is also precious, but less expensive. Then you have the sterling silver, which is also different.
What is the difference between sterling and silver?
Sterling silver is closer to more than gold, more than silver. It's finer. Yeah. Then you have the white gold, which is also finer.
And there's platinum.
So it depends.
Yeah.
There's platinum.
That's more expensive.
And now there's more gold and all of that.
Oh no, every country and their color of gold. Okay. You know, the Ghana gold is different from.
It's a pure gold.
It's a pure gold. Different from the Liberian gold. Right. Liberian gold looks a bit yellowish. It's different. It's different from even Swiss gold. My mom is from Switzerland. It's different. When you see Swiss gold and you see Ghana gold, you can tell the difference.
Is it about the carats?
It's not the carat. That's what the carat.
Just the color of
the color is
the shades. Of
the shades and the quality. Okay. So the quality is the carat that 22, 18. You know those ones, and it's in every of them.
We're almost out of time on this. Unfortunately,
the stones that are on the gold or silver.
Jade.
Yes, you have the jade.
I think we need to do another time on this. We're out of time. But lastly, before they kick us off on this, the spiritual aspects of wearing ring. That's what I want to, as most of us do it for fashion, but the spiritual aspect, there certainly is a spiritual aspect to a ring. So just break it down for us.
First of all, it represents authority, and then it speaks a lot. And I dare also say that there are various beliefs and groups, and these beliefs and groups have their symbols.
Exactly.
So various symbols, unfortunately, represent different things. And so if you're not aware of what a particular symbol stands for, and you adorn it, you use it, what you're actually doing is that you are associating yourself with that belief
spiritually.
And so you're attracting that to yourself. And so it's very, very
important.
Scary. Yes. Because symbols speak. For example, when you're driving and you see we use symbols a lot.
Exactly.
We cannot take symbols for granted.
So
when you're buying a ring, you should ask questions.
You should ask questions.
But sometimes they may not even know the people
you're buying from.
That is
why you yourself have to be informed.
So you go to certain jewelry shops and they have snakes and all that. If you tell them you want symbol rings, they'll bring them out.
All of them. Some are quite scary.
Some of them are very scary. You look
even
at them.
Skulls. There's skull rings and stuff like that.
So and they all speak.
They all
have effects.
Okay, so we need to come back. We'll have to continue this because I'm actually learning a lot. So I think this is a topic we'll definitely continue.
It's a huge one.
Want to say thank you first and foremost to Pascaline Edwards and also to Mercy Ejabing on this wonderful topic of the significance of rings.